Hi there, I'm Dougie. Last time I talked about how music and memory can lead to lots of different thoughts in recovery and healing. Today I want to talk about something that crept up on me after my heart attack. Something I wasn't expecting. Because when you survive something like that, you don't just think about how lucky you are. You don't just think about your recovery. For the first time in my life, I started thinking seriously about my time, how much of it I actually had left, about getting older. I remember sitting in my living room not long after my heart attack, looking at the photos of my family on the wall, looking out at the garden, and this thought just settled over me. I was always one of those people who figured heart attacks happened to old people, people who hadn't looked after themselves, not to someone in their 50th year with so much still ahead of them. But sitting there that day, aging didn't feel far away anymore. It felt close. It felt real in a way it had never felt before. And that brought a lot of questions with it. How much time do I actually have? Have I made the best of what I've had so far? And how do I make the best of whatever's left? There's a quiet fear that comes with those questions. It doesn't always announce itself, but it's there. I started looking at my face in the mirror differently in the mornings, really looking, trying to figure something out that I couldn't quite name. Am I old now? I started noticing my body more, thinking about what might happen next, wondering whether things were only going to go one way from here. And here's what I learned. If you sit in that headspace too long, it starts to take the enjoyment out of the present moment you're actually living in. It takes the wonder out of the second chance you've been given. I found that the best place to be was as present as I possibly could be. Right here, right now. That was the only place that actually helped. The shift for me didn't come from ignoring it. It came from accepting it. Yes, I'd had a heart attack, but I'm still here, right now. I can still have a laugh with my family, still have belly laughs with my pals, still get out for my walks with my little dog Bud, still do the things I did before, just with a different mindset, a more present one. Because the biggest realisation I had, the real light bulb moment, was this. I was always getting older. It was always happening. I just wasn't paying attention before, and now I was. And that awareness, that didn't have to be a bad thing. That could actually be the whole point. I stopped seeing aging as something to fear. I started seeing it as something to respect, something to work with, something to move alongside, almost like a companion in daily life rather than something I was fighting against. Because the truth is, I am still here, still living, still able to experience everything I experienced before, just with more presence, more intention, letting things actually sink in now instead of rushing past them. And that matters more than I can tell you. I probably lost about 3 weeks to that headspace before I caught myself. Heart attack recovery changes your relationship with time. It just does. You become more aware, more selective about where your energy goes, more present in the moments that used to just pass you by. You stop rushing as much. You start appreciating more. And the things that actually matter, they get clearer, gradually, but genuinely clearer. If you found yourself thinking more about age since your heart attack, about time, about what's ahead, you're not alone. That's one of the things nobody warns you about when you're lying there in that hospital bed. The mental and emotional shifts that come after. The questions that start arriving once the immediate danger has passed. But those questions don't have to take anything away from your life right now. What I found was that they can actually bring you closer to it. Because when you stop fearing time, you start using it better. You start feeling it more. You start living it more fully. If anything in today's episode sat with you, if it felt familiar, even if it helped a little, go to strongerafterthestorm.com and pick up the 7-day mind reset plan. It's completely free. I put it together from my own recovery. The stuff nobody told me in those first raw days when the noise in my head was louder than everything else. It's something from a man who's just a little further down the road from where you might be right now. One small focus per day, nothing to get right, just something steady to hold on to. And if you know a man going through this, a friend, a brother, a colleague, share this episode with him. You might never know how much it lands. This is Stronger After the Storm. I'm Doogie. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.